Hey everyone, welcome to Cryptid Crunch. I am your host, Willow Schuyler. Today's show is definitely dedicated to my husband because it is his 40th birthday, and that's the mess of his cake. So join me in wishing my husband a happy 40th birthday. And on today's show, we have Michael Smith with us from Whiskey with Cryptids. And of course, lots of stories with Keisha. Come on, where are you? All right, Keisha, how are you doing?
I am doing good. How are you?
Good,
I'm doing much better than I have been. So.
Excellent.
I don't want to jinx it.
Oh no. Well, I'm glad that you're probably doing a lot better than me. I'm still trying to get over this head cold, or I had flu-like symptoms. I called in sick, and it's been a thrill getting my nose molested with Q-tips the last couple days.
Oh no! I see we both have snackage. What are you eating?
I am eating a birthday cake.
I am eating a...
Hey, Michael.
Hi.
But yeah. I'm eating a birthday cake. My husband's 40th birthday is today, so it's we just had his family over.
Happy birthday to him.
Yeah, happy birthday.
If you want me to sing, I will, but it won't be great.
I think we opted out for the non-singing candle thing because I think my husband's I think he's outgrown that by now.
Oh no, I will sing to literally anyone. If somebody on the street tells me it's their birthday, I will sing. I will make them a birthday cake. I don't even have to know them. I've done it before.
It's my birthday. Just kidding.
It's everybody's birthday. It's everybody's birthday today. Michael, good to see you. Hey, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So, anything interesting happened today with you at all?
Today, no. I've been watching football and sitting at home because me and my girlfriend are quarantined. So,
yes,
there's not a lot to do in the house.
Well, I hope for a great recovery for you guys and fast.
You too, Willow. Y'all are...
Tomorrow I'm calling my doctor to make sure that I am able to go to work because enough of this. I can't do this anymore.
It's understandable. And those nose tests are just like, I don't know if you got like, they tickle so bad, and then I have to sneeze for like a good 10-15 minutes afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so this is what the rapid I don't know if you guys
it looks like a pregnancy test.
Yes, it does. But so you do the swabby thing, and I had someone comment that if you swab your throat it's a more accurate test, and it's like, well, I'm sorry to say, but I'm following the directions of the government. It tells you to swab the nose. Doing that for 3 days, that's not fun.
I have been following your stories on Insta, and I'm like, every day you're like, hey, I got a negative. So,
and I sent it off to my boss. I'm just like, hey, look, I'm negative. I could return to work. No, she wants a note from my doctor, so I'm gonna have to go down there tomorrow morning and get a note from my doctor stating that it's okay for me to return to work because I can't be off any longer.
Understandably. So, Michael.
Yes.
Okay, explain to some of us that have never seen or heard of Whiskey with Cryptids, like, what is it that you do?
Well, for the most part, I'm a collector. I collect a lot of cryptid memorabilia, toys. I'm a gray-haired old man, but I still collect toys. But
there is
Nothing
nothing wrong with that.
but I'm also really into Bigfoot research, and you know, me and my girlfriend, we get out 2 or 3 times a week and go actually hiking and investigating.
Okay.
So we have a lot of fun with it.
Have you found anything interesting at all when it comes to hunting or trying to track down a Bigfoot?
Yeah, we found several footprints, and I mean, pretty good size footprints. We've heard a lot of yells and howls and screeches, and one time I got a picture of what appears to be a Sasquatch. It was at night, and some other guys were chasing it, and I got a picture of the creature.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to look. Like, you're gonna have to send that to me so I can investigate, because I love looking at stuff like that. Willow over here is a little bit of a skeptic.
Well,
Not
okay. If I lived in your neck of the woods, I'm sure that I'd have a totally different experience. But
And
who's to
that's
say?
okay. My girlfriend is actually, well, she was pretty much a skeptic, and I was somewhat of a skeptic until a couple of years ago. And then as she's been going out with me more, she's seen things herself, so she's not as much of a skeptic, but she still questions things, but not as much as she did.
Up here, if you see a hairy guy in the woods, he's either hunting or walking around in a ghillie suit. So
up here, if you see a guy walking naked around,
Okay,
a hairy
I do
guy
not.
naked, that's me, not a guy. That's me. It's not pretty, guys.
Something has happened to my sound.
Oh no.
Oh, you're good on our end, so maybe.
Okay,
Yes.
what's going on with my sound here?
Oh dear. It's me messing with electronics, I swear to God.
Hey, it's not me this time, guys. I'm not causing the problem. Yes.
Well,
I'm
okay,
celebrating.
so
Okay,
in the meantime,
can you guys hear me
he's-
well?
Yes,
we
yes,
can hear you.
Okay, you guys sound completely like robots. So
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's the government. It's
very
trying
metallic.
So we're gonna say hello to some of the people in our chat. Hi, Dan. Hi, Carl. Where's Donna? Donna's somewhere around here. Oh yes, there she is. So yeah, we're. I read most of these in the before the show. So yeah, Donna says, "Nice to meet you, Michael."
Same.
Let me see.
Oh.
Oh, everybody
Here,
loves
so he's been
beer.
okay with me. He's also a
Carl
fan he's also Michael is also a fan of Elvira, and he has a cardboard cutout of her. So I'm gonna have to become really good friends. Maybe see that thing in person, because I've been. Is that from one of her beer, one of her beer commercials, or the?
Yeah, it's actually from Coors Light.
Okay, yeah, that's when she was doing the Coors Light thing.
Yeah, I think I've had that maybe 25, 30 years. It's pretty old.
That's
okay,
awesome.
so as a 30-year-old, that cardboard cutout might be as old as me.
It may be.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Hey, the fact that she's still dressing up as Elvira 30 years later is, or
Fantastic.
32 years later, still amazing. Like, I hope I look just as good as her in my 60s when I get to that.
I wish you had your cosplay pictures lined up, because we could be like,
I could
Look,
definitely do
insert
that, but
photo here.
we aren't here to talk about me in cosplay. We are here to talk to
I
Michael
know.
about his experiences with
Elvira.
with cryptids.
Elvira too.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, like
Hey,
you
she
met
is
Elvira.
technically considered a cryptid. Okay.
She is. She's hard to find.
Yeah. See, we can take this there. No. So let's see. What is your most recent like adventure with cryptology?
Probably the most recent. We went out last week up on Signal Mountain in Chattanooga. We walked around a little bit and didn't find anything. But the most recent experience I had was on Grandview Mountain. It's been a few months ago, and we were hiking a place called Piney Falls. Very, very squatchy place, way up in the mountains. Not very many people go back there, and I actually got dehydrated. We got lost. We got off the main trail, got lost, and I got dehydrated. My girlfriend had to go for help, and right before she left, we heard the loudest wood knock I've ever heard. Like something did not want us there. It was knocking on trees, and my dehydration got so bad that my calves locked up. I could not walk any further. And she went out for help, and while she was gone, something circled me the entire time she was gone. And
I would have been like, nope, no, thank you.
And
nope.
that is the only time that I've ever dehydrated on a hike, and it was the scariest moment of my life. I do think something was out there. I don't think it was trying to hurt me, but it did not want me there. It was trying to scare me away. But
can't scare you away when you can't walk, though.
No, I couldn't go very far.
So our friends in the chat definitely that place, it sounds familiar to them. So it's, I'll definitely have to check back with them, because that sounds like an interesting place to explore too.
Oh, it's a beautiful place. If you can, it's not a very hard hike. There's a couple steep areas, and it's a beautiful waterfall once you get there.
Okay.
But if you go off trail and get lost, it's not that easy to get around.
Yeah.
See, I feel like there's so many times I could have come in contact with a cryptid, but it has not actually happened yet, because I'm one of those weirdos that likes to go out in the woods by myself, or like in the middle of the night and just chill in darkness. And so like, I feel like there's probably a lot of the times that I just ignored it or played it off as something else. Cause even last week, actually this week, I went and did my little brother's senior photos for him, because he's graduating high school this year. And as we're out hiking, there's this place near us called Starve Rock. And as we were out hiking, all you hear is, we were the only ones out there, and all you hear is like crunching of leaves and stuff like that. And I'd just be like, it's probably a squirrel. No, it's probably something hunting us. Not gonna lie. But it was, I'm like, hey, it's probably just a squirrel, because we got so many squirrels out here that I just play everything off as a squirrel. But no, it's probably like chupacabra just circling us or something.
Chupacabra is actually my favorite cryptid.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Oh, you would have been great. We used to have chupacabra in the background of most of our videos.
We had JD, who was the Jersey Devil, and he's he ended up disappearing on us after our show. So we miss you, JD. We wish you'd come back, but
please come back, JD.
But yeah, no, his partner in crime was the chupacabra, and so he had lots of interesting stories about that.
Yes. It was his best friend. So, Chupacabra was his best friend, and Nessie was his girlfriend. So things got a little weird around him, but that's okay. What do you expect from the Jersey Devil, right?
Exactly.
So, okay, another thing in the chat, Expedition Bigfoot. Do you watch that show at all, or have you met the people?
1 second. My screen locked up. There we go. Am I back?
Yep.
Okay, my screen locked up for some reason. I've met Russell Cord. He's one of the guys on the show. Very nice guy. I actually met him with Bob Gimlin. It's one of the highlights of my life. But I don't know if you know who Bob.
I'm still learning all this stuff.
Why
But
my screen keeps locking? Why does my screen keep locking? Okay. Yeah, Bob Gimlin was he was actually with Roger Patterson, and they filmed the famous Bigfoot, the Patty footage in 1967. And
wow, okay.
Yeah, we actually met Bob Gimlin, and Russell was with him. And but Russell's really nice, very friendly guy. Now the guys from Finding Bigfoot, I've met all those guys and several times, and super great people. Especially Cliff and Matt. They're both really
I'm
good
so
guys.
jealous. Oh.
And Renee's super sweet. She's a skeptic also. She was the skeptic of the group and sweetest lady you'll ever meet.
See, like, I'm not trying to purposely disprove you guys. I just want to see more believable proof.
I understand that.
Like I said, I was a lot of the groups, and
I was somewhat a skeptic myself until I was actually seeing this stuff. So
yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to film them. It's hard to catch the footage and get what people need to see. That's very difficult. I mean, they've been trying to do it on TV for years, and I mean, there are things out there. Whether or not it's just a matter of catching what the things are.
We all just need to go around with a GoPro on our forehead. That way it's easier to catch things. Like, oh, I saw that. I have proof.
like I love watching ghost hunting shows but my biggest pet peeve is when they're in the room talking about the place being haunted or stuff moving around and the camera is on them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, did you hear that? Like, no?
And then
probably not.
And then the background music is always so loud that you completely miss what they're hearing.
Exactly. Yeah. My best friend and I, we've been playing in a band together for 25 years, same band. But we actually played a show at a place. It was in War Trace, Tennessee. It was an old haunted hotel, the Walking Horse Saloon Hotel.
Oh, wow.
We played there and went on a ghost hunt with some guys from, I believe they were on the Sci-Fi Channel. They were called Deep South Paranormal.
Okay.
We actually went on a ghost hunt with those guys, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, wow.
I need to start watching more ghost stories and stuff like that because I miss watching them. But I haven't had cable. Like when I had cable, I would watch them constantly because it was like the only thing on cable that I actually liked. But now that I have like all these different random things, like I don't know, I need to like start looking them up more because I love watching those shows. They are ridiculous. I will attest to that because, most of the time, the jump scares, like, they're just like, I walked into this room. But
the overdramatic.
I also find it equally, like, enthralling. I'll be like, yes, walk into another room. Go for me, please. So, I'm going to have to look up more of these shows because the Deep Southern Paranormal sounds like a show that I would 100% get behind.
They were great guys. They were very, very backwood redneck type guys, but they were great guys.
Those
lot
are
of fun
my
to
type
do.
of people.
Oh yeah, more down to
Yep.
earth than most.
No, like I believe in the paranormal. I believe in like I lived in, I have ghost stories of my own to tell, but I just up here when it comes to other creatures, it's there really isn't like I mean there's apparently a Snow Wasset that's around here, but just looking up the information of it, just apparently it grows legs in the summertime and they
I love it
they
already.
either yeah no they are able to detach in the winter and I'm just like really
Yeah, I love all cryptid stories and all the folklore.
Yes.
I think a lot of the local cryptids, in my belief, they all come back to Bigfoot. I think they're misidentifications of these Sasquatch
Yeah.
creatures. But there are some that are really cool that are far fetched, but like the hodag in Wisconsin. I love
Okay.
hearing about the hodag, but it's so unbelievable. But it's a great story, and that town, Rylander, Wisconsin, have embraced the hodag so much, and it's like the whole city is nothing but hodag, kind of like the Mothman in Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I love all the folk tales, the folk stories, and the legends.
Willow lives way up north. She's
I
in
live
Canada.
in Canada. I live in
So-
Manitoba and like we have our own like we call it the Mogopogo, which is a sea serpent of some type that lives in one of our lakes, the Lake Manitoba. But it's just like there's also the Ogopogo, which is in Ontario, and I just I believe in dinosaurs. Don't get me wrong, guys, but it's just the fact that apparently we still have dinosaurs living on our Earth that haven't been identified yet. That's what people are seeing and misidentifying as like cryptids.
Well, I mean, there have been a lot of animals discovered, not that long ago, that were considered cryptid at one time. Like the Komodo dragon was considered a cryptid, and they discovered those on a little island, Komodo.
Yeah.
But,
and I mean, it's only a matter of time before, we have the technology to actually go deeper into our rivers, our lakes, and our oceans. And we're going to see a whole different universe in our own water.
I wish I would have been my son convinced me that I needed TikTok. Worst decision of my life, guys. Worst decision of my life.
oh, I love TikTok.
So I got TikTok and now I'm like obsessed. Okay. And so I watch a bunch of cryptids and I should have saved the video, but there was a video that we watched that was like a bajillion miles under the sea. I don't know how many, but they had this creature and it was like, what is this creature? And it was just like some weird looking blob that moved and it was humongous and it looked like kind of had a tail. I really want it to be real because that thing is so ugly. It's cute. It's one of those situations here. And I was like, I like binge watched their TikTok for a ridiculous amount of time. Like if I find a cryptid station on TikTok that I like, I just keep scrolling and I'm like, I should have been asleep 2 hours ago. And then I just wait till I get to the last one. But they had a lot of deep sea stuff. And I was like, I really want all of these to be real because they are some of the coolest looking weird creatures I've ever seen. And technically they would still be considered a cryptid, correct? Because they actually have not been identified or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're just like weird creatures of the sea. But I wish I could show you guys what this thing looked like. But it had these cute puppy dog eyes. Ugly eyes, mind you. But I kind of wanted to hug it at the same time. But I saw that the other day and I was like, oh man, I thought of the show and I was like, I should really save this. But then I kept binge watching and I lost track of it. Man.
I'm just how do you sift through like hours of footage just to prove that something is real, and then you find out later that it's fake? Like, it just that
determination.
That is frustrating.
I would still do it though. I find that kind of stuff exhilarating. Like, even if it's fake, like, I still got to be an investigator and I still got to look through all that stuff, and I got to determine if it was fake or not. This was just a short TikTok clip, so there's nothing I can, like, I can't sit there and go, okay, show me the full footage. I want to see, how deep you guys were, where you were located, what kind of things were around, that kind of stuff. I would love to fall down that rabbit hole. Sorry, that Yeti hole. We changed it. It's not a rabbit hole anymore. It's a Yeti hole. So I love falling down those Yeti holes, and I will research things for hours on end, even if I see a short clip of it. Do I remember any of it afterwards? Heck no. Very little. Like, I remember pictures in my head, but I will fall down that rabbit hole and then I will dream about it. And it is one of my favorite things.
That's definitely something that we need to keep track of like videos that we see, and then we'll have to react to it on the next show, because like there's so much. Like, I think next time we should do like a reaction show where people send us their videos and we just react to
Dan,
what there
Carl,
is.
Donna, get on that. Send us some stuff so we can, and anybody else that's watching, send us some stuff so that we can react to it and see what Willow can bring up that it's not real, and then I can argue with her, because that sounds like really fun, actually.
And Michael, you're on TikTok, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at TikTok, though. It's not funny. I post a lot of videos, but I do not post TikTok videos.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I post a lot of TikTok
we go for
videos. They're not great.
Well, we go for our hikes. I film, trees and creeks and things like that, and I just put music behind them, and I'm like, hey, look what we did today.
If you like chickens and ducks and bunnies, I live on a farm, so if you like chickens, ducks, and bunnies, and you guys want to see those, I know a place.
See, I'm on Instagram. I follow a lot of interesting stuff there too, and I do follow some farmers, so because hey, I used to live on a farm at one point, so
I think you follow me. I don't think you follow me on my main page. I think you follow me on my
your creative
Acuff Creations. Yeah, I need to start posting some more chickens there.
So that I can leave comments like that.
Hodgepodge of everything. I may say with you with cryptids, but I post everything.
I have specific pages for everything. So, like, I've got like 20 Instagrams. One's for my books, one's for my creative side, like my artwork, and then I've got one for my writing, and then I've got a personal one, and then I got one for baking. It gets bad, guys. I have a problem, serious problem.
I control the I'm part of the control people that do the Hang Roof Web Instagram, and I have enough problems trying to deal with the two Instagrams.
Willow, can you put this last comment up on the screen? Because no, Carl, no, not those videos, please. Cryptid videos. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that Carl's on my side
PG.
with this too. So thank you, Carl, for but no, I'm definitely interested in doing a lot more investigating my own backyard. When did you get into the whole cryptid thing, Michael?
I guess I've been interested in them just about my whole life. Ever since growing up, you see the Patty footage and you're like, wow, is that real or is it not? And you hear
Yeah.
both sides, and then you hear things about the Loch Ness monsters, and I grew up listening to a guy by the name of Art Bell on Coast to Coast AM, is a radio program, and before he passed away, I listened to him regularly, and he used to have shows, a lot of shows on UFOs, aliens, but he had some programs on the chupacabra, and that thing just fascinated me to no end. So I really got into it then, as far as just watching and trying to learn as much as I could about them. I really didn't get into the investigating and everything till about 2 years ago. I got injured at work about 2 years ago, and I took a year off of work, and I was lucky enough to be able to do that. And while I was off that year, I did a lot of hiking, a lot of just going out in the woods myself, and started to see things. And so I started questioning, maybe these things are real. And I guess about 2 years ago, it really led me into the path that I'm on now. So
Okay. With all of your collectibles that I see in the background,
oh yeah,
which one is your favorite, and why?
Could I pick a favorite? Probably my favorite back there behind me is the Bob Gimlin autograph, just because it was such an honor to meet someone of that caliber, and part of that, the history of our world, the entertainment or the cryptid community, you don't get much bigger than Bob Gimlin. So,
Okay.
Meeting him and hearing him speak, I went to one of his lectures, and just hearing him speak, to me, he is Stan Lee of the cryptid community. He speaks like Stan Lee. He reminds me of Stan Lee. He's just, he's that to the cryptid community.
Okay.
So that's probably my most prized possession, is his autograph back there. So.
Okay, next question. What is your most collected cryptid? What do you normally look for when you go out? If you see something, like, you have to have it.
If it's got a cryptid on it, I'm going to probably get it.
Just in general?
So, yeah, probably just in general.
That's hardcore. Okay.
Yeah,
because me, I've
Bigfoot
got like specific ones that I'm like, that's mine right there.
Yeah, Bigfoot's probably my most collected item. But I mean, it's just because Bigfoot and aliens are everywhere.
Oh, I seriously, like, every time I go to the store, there's Bigfoot everything. Like, there's a pair of socks with Bigfoot on it. There's like, oh, you know what I think I need? Okay, we need to invent this. Little ice cube trays with Bigfoot feet. That way I could use them in my flaming Yeti hole.
Yeah, there's actually a company. I can't remember the name of the company. I wish I could, because the owners are the sweetest ladies ever. But a couple of conventions I've been at, they've been there, but they sell like Bigfoot and alien suckers. And
wow.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah,
very bad
like
for your health, but delicious.
I wish I could remember the name of the company, because, like I said, they are the sweetest people.
So I was watching some of your unboxing stuff earlier today.
I'm sorry. I'm so horrible. I'm such a newbie at YouTube and making videos.
Don't feel bad.
If you haven't seen mine, I guarantee yours are 10,000 times better than mine.
I don't know about that.
Nope, they are 100%.
It's definitely interesting. Like I would love to do that, and like every month do an unboxing of something. What you guys buy and collect is amazing. Like I love games. I was watching one earlier today where a guy got a gaming box, and he got a Castlevania scarf.
Do you remember which box it was? Because we used to.
I can't remember, but
we used to get one called Loot Crate when we could afford it, before we were super, super poor. But we used to get one called Loot Crate, and I loved, like, they would have like things from Alien, zombies, all vampire stuff. Like, I have a whole room upstairs dedicated to all of that kind of stuff, and I used to love getting
the
that.
Loot Crate myself.
You do?
I
Do you still
did.
get it?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say it used to be so worth it, but then once they upped the prices, I was like, I cannot afford that anymore right now. I wish I could, because I loved being able to. Yeah, Loot Crate is a sponsor for our network. It is. I love Loot Crate. Oh,
I'll
yes.
definitely have to buy one now.
Right? I'm gonna have to
They're
start
a lot
getting
of
it
fun.
again.
They're a lot of fun to unbox.
Once I have a little bit of extra money, I will get them, because me and my son actually used to do unboxings of our Loot Crate on YouTube. It was not great. We literally sat in a chair and just opened it up. I don't know. Is that how people do it these days?
Hey, you know what? The fact that you actually did one, that is fantastic. I you know what? Any video like that, I will probably click on and watch.
I love watching other people get stuff, but then when I post a video, I'm like, why would people watch me open stuff?
Because it's interesting. Because you get a
I know.
chance to
I
see
love
what
watching other
people
people
get,
do it,
and I love
but
the
when
excitement.
I do it, I'm like, nobody's gonna watch me do it. Why? Why? But no, it was actually my son, who was 12. He would be the one opening it, and like him getting so excited, he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, it's a Superman wallet!" I still use that to this day, by the way. It is mine. I claimed it. It's one of those indestructible wallets. We have like 5 of them now, but like, I found a way to rip them. Like, it comes with a little thing that says, in the Loot Crate, it comes with a little thing, and it says, if you can rip this piece of paper, and it's made out of the same stuff the wallet is. I found out how to rip it without scissors. It took me forever.
What was the best thing you guys got out of your Loot Crates, or out of any of the stuff that you
used
unboxed?
to subscribe to Loot Crate and the Loot Crate Fallout. So I'm really into the video game Fallout. So I used to get the Fallout box. They're pretty cool. But the only subscription box I get at the moment is the Cryptid Crate, and I absolutely love it.
There's a Cryptid Crate?
Yes, there is, and it's amazing.
Okay, so I got okay, guys. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, you can donate to us specifically to get stuff like this. We have a little link. We'll have to put that on the screen, Willow, because I need some Cryptid.
Buy me a copy.
Cryptid Crate is very well worth it.
So my favorite thing that I got out of Loot Crate. Okay, so I love the Walking Dead series.
Okay.
And Carl, oh goodness. But so my favorite thing that I got so far is the ear rope. It is a rope. It's soap on a rope, but the soap is shaped like bloody ears.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, interesting.
It is my favorite thing. We had it hanging up in our basement on our, like, we had at my rental property, we have a basement bathroom, and I had it hanging out outside of the shower for years, because I'm that kind of person. And so every time you walk down into the bathroom in the basement, all you see is just a rope full of ears, bloody ears hanging from the outside of the shower. And I loved it. I have no idea where it got off to, but I'm gonna have to look again, because I need to hang it up like on our door. We want people to know that they probably don't want to come in my house, but they also want to be like interested enough to come into our house. So
Johnny has a good question. What does Michael think of the December Chicago Mothman sighting?
I have not looked a lot into it, but I know they've Chicago has actually had several Mothman sightings through the years. You know, I know recently it's come back to light there. You know, Mothman, I'm a big fan of Mothman and all the stories, the Point Pleasant stories. I'm still a little bit of a skeptic on Mothman and exactly what he is. But people are seeing something.
Yeah.
And, Chicago is one of the areas that Mothman gets a lot of sightings there. So,
Which is
I'm interested
surprising
to learn
because
more.
I live in the I'm not in the Chicagoland area. I'm like 2 hours south of it. But, I need to get into it. I need to go up there. And if I'm not afraid of the Chicago traffic, I need to go up there and hopefully not get my hubcap stolen again.
Do you guys get a lot of sand cranes or
We have
cranes?
a lot around here.
Yeah. Okay.
Sandhill cranes. Yeah. Yeah. I actually live probably 10 minutes away from it's a wildlife refuge, the Wassee Wildlife Refuge, and it's a bird sanctuary. And there's guys actually on those little one-man helicopter plane things. They lure the sandhill cranes into this area, so it's like a sanctuary for sandhill cranes and pelicans. You'd never think pelicans in Tennessee, but we've got pelicans.
Like, I know that they people tend to think that a crane is the Mothman, and vice versa. I'm just I'm just curious, how do people misrepresent a crane who has like a great wingspan, but they have a skinny neck for a Mothman?
So I had my own theory. My own theory on the Mothman thing. There's actually it looks like a giant owl, but it's a actual eagle, but it stands about 4.5 to 5 feet tall, and the wingspan is like 10 feet long. And they are native to West Virginia. So, in my opinion, I think people see that and think it's the Mothman.
Yeah.
So like I said, it stands about 4.5 to 5 feet tall, and when it's flying, its wingspan is huge.
I really want Mothman to be real because my favorite cryptid is probably Nessie. We've discussed this on the show before. But after going down the Yeti hole of Mothman, he's up there, like, with my favorites. And I really want him to be real because I think the whole concept of him being a forewarning or for bad stuff, like, I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that says anything about my character, but I really want him to be real because I want to see him. I mean, I don't want to see him, and I want to see him at the same time because I want to see him because awesome, but I don't want to see him because something bad is probably going to follow. I'm in a catch-22 there. So, but yes, he is becoming one of my favorites up there with Nessie.
I love the story that goes along with him, though. It like the myth of the Mothman is probably the most interesting.
Yes,
out of any of them, for sure.
And there's so many different like versions of him in different areas. Like, I don't know. That's what I find interested. Like, I lived in West Virginia, so like, of course, it's really big up there. Over there? Whatever. But they also have had sightings, like, across the ocean and stuff like that, which I find cool because, that way, like, maybe it's a different type, but most of the time they go off of, like, it's the same Mothman. And I don't know. A traveling Mothman sounds kind of cool to me. I wonder if it's just like one, or if it's a family, or if there's different types.
I think it could be like Sasquatch. They could be, if they're real, they could be, in a lot of different places. It could be Mothman could be the Thunderbird and the Phoenix and all these other sightings people have of giant birds.
Yeah. We got another question
from Johnny. If Michael were to host a cryptid movie night, what is his number one pick? That's a good question.
My number one pick would probably be Legend of Boggy Creek. You know, it was done like a documentary. Great. You know, in some ways like Cliff says, it's a stinker. You know, it's definitely a B movie, but it's from the 70s. It's a classic Bigfoot movie, based in Paul, Arkansas. But
Okay.
that would probably be my favorite cryptid movie.
Ooh. Okay, Willow. Now I'm curious. Which one? What about you?
Oh, okay. I love Harry and the Hendersons.
That is a good. Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I've got a little Harriet and Henderson's collection up there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I wish we could zoom in.
I could probably
see the
carry.
view.
I'm using my phone, so.
Oh,
Let's see if
we're
I can-
getting the grand tour.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a
Oh,
little
that-
Harriet and well, if I can get the camera right.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Magazines and movies and autographs and
Yes.
a laser disc.
I love all of that. Okay, I'm jealous.
So, okay, going through your Instagram earlier today, I'm sorry I stalked you a little bit, but I
We're good
saw
at that in
that
the show.
you're a Bat Boy fan, and there's a musical of Bat Boy now.
Yes, and it's awesome. I've actually got the CD. I've got the CD in my van right now. I've been listening to this musical.
Oh, that's
Wait one
awesome.
second. I'm writing this down now. Is it just called? What is it called?
Bat Boy the musical.
That is so simple. I love it. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I
I'm writing
definitely
it
want
down.
to see the Broadway show.
I just want to hear the music from it so bad.
I actually found the CD, the soundtrack. I believe I found it on Amazon. It was a used copy, but it's awesome. It's got like 20 of those show songs on it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You get almost the whole play.
I'm definitely checking that out because that sounds like a thing that I need to see in my life.
Johnny wants to know if you think Harry and the Hendersons is an accurate portrayal.
I think they did a really good job on the makeup for the creature.
Absolutely.
I don't know that Harry, Bigfoot would want to be a family member living in the house with you, or if you'd want it in your house. But
I'd honestly keep a Bigfoot. Like, I would 100% bring a Bigfoot home. Yep.
Oh my God. How do I not know about this? I don't know.
So, I only like specific musicals, so I don't generally look for musicals. I'm not like, hey, I need this musical in my life. Like, most of the musicals that I love are the ones my grandma made me watch religiously when I was little. But I will, if I find a good musical that sounds interesting, I will watch it.
well, you need to check Bad Boy out.
I have
I
it
definitely will.
written down.
Definitely will. I know that I went on on their website one time and found out that he has a band.
I just read the comment section.
Do you think Bigfoot is gentle or vicious?
Both.
I
I think they
think-
want to just be left alone. They can be aggressive, but I don't think they try to hurt people.
I think they're yeah, I think that too, and definitely territorial. Like if you're in their way of their, mating season or whatever, or if they have newborns around, I'm sure that they're just like bears. You don't want to
I
mess
think
with
they
mama.
honestly just want to be left alone. Like, please don't be up in my grill, which most people are. They're like, hey, I want to find this thing, and this thing is like, nah, I'd rather not. Yeah, this is
Keisha, we
the
can't
one
be
that I was
friends
being
anymore.
sad about because Johnny, I need your friendship. I'll be sad.
Tick, tick, boom. No, when it comes to Bigfoot, yeah, I believe that they're definitely like bears, where it's like yeah, you don't want to be in their territory when they're mating or when they're trying to forage for food. I mean, and the fact that we keep building cities in their swamp or in their fields.
I feel like they're just like big fuzzy introverts. Like, I imagine my husband, he's not very hairy, but I imagine if he went out in the middle of nowhere, like people would think he would be Bigfoot because he's an introvert and he will avoid contact with a camera at all costs. So maybe it's just a big fuzzy Bruce. I mean, I can see that happening. Oh, we got some more fun questions over here.
Do I believe in Bigfoot? I
say yes.
I want to. It's really hard when, the proof that's out there is the same picture going around of the same area of the same wooded area, and it's being described as 3 different counties.
We got a new hashtag, guys.
Big Fuzzy Bruce.
Big fuzzy
I don't know.
Bruce.
I just the proof just isn't conclusive for me enough to believe just yet.
Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Now that Willow says this, I have to go look for Bigfoot myself, and I will show her the proof because that's my life goal now.
Well, hopefully you'll have better luck than I do.
My feet are only 12 inches long, but sure, whatever.
I'm not sure. I don't think there's many Bigfoots in rural Illinois. Like I can see miles around my house, nothing but cornfield. So I don't think I'm gonna find it anytime soon. But I will, Willow,
You never know.
and you will see the proof. That's how this is gonna work.
And
Hey,
Johnny,
we
to
got
answer your
Ryan.
question about what's the deal with the Snow Wasset, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's a weasel that people keep seeing. Oh, why wasn't I on Reels and Heels? I wasn't feeling good yesterday. I honestly wasn't. That's why. I've been battling, like, this head cold has been messing with my body temperature, and I can't. It just isn't regulating properly. So, but yeah, Willow's brought up a good point. The most recent video from the fall of Bigfoot on the shore. Yeah, 3 different lakes. Yeah, it's the same picture, but for some reason people keep saying, "Oh, this is from like Florida or some other."
So theory time. They're just trying to throw us off our tracks so we don't find them.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Michael?
I think there's a lot more video of Bigfoot than you're aware of.
Well,
I see a lot of the video. Some of it looks legit, some of it doesn't.
see, like anybody, like lately, it seems like people are just like either and this is where cosplayers kind of have messed up this whole thing, where people have made what looks like a proper Bigfoot costume, and they go out and they purposely try to mess with people. And so how do you go about picking and choosing what is real and what is fake from these photos?
Honestly, though, I feel that way about everything that I see, regardless, because even if it's like something not cryptid related, how do you know? There's zero ways, unless you are there in person and you have firsthand experience, there's no way to know if something is true or not. And that's my biggest downfall because, but I still want to believe all of these are true.
Yeah.
I really do. But yeah, I feel like that's with anything though.
And I really enjoyed the show, Finding Bigfoot, you know, and they went out and, you know, they would find these videos and then go try to debunk them or try to prove that they were either real or fake. So, you know, that's the reason I like that show so much, you know, because they were actually going out and trying to, you know, debunk it before they jumped to conclusions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is always a good way to approach things, especially things that aren't like 100% certain. Because that way there's not really a bias in there. Like there's some people that are hardcore into cryptids and they're like, I already 100% believe that this is true. I don't need any proof. I believe it's true. But then there's people that are like, okay, you know, I see where you're coming from, but I also want proof behind it. Willow, you're somewhere in there, I think.
Because I'm standing back looking at what people claim as proof, and it's like a lot of fuzziness. It's like someone had posted up a while back footprints in the snow, and it's like it's not even clear pictures of the footprints that they see, and it's just like, okay, I know I have an old iPhone. I've been using an old iPhone for the last almost 10 years. I know it can take good pictures. And there's a way to make sure that you are taking clear pictures. But especially when you're walking outside, you know, like I'm going to find proof and it's like all shaky cam and it's like,
So Michael, you mentioned earlier that you have gotten pictures, correct?
Yes, I've got one picture that that you can see a figure in. It's not clear. You know, I cannot show it to somebody and say, hey, look.
Darn it. I was hoping like it was like crystal clear and Willow would be like, oh my God.
That's the problem, you know, trying to get these things, especially at night. You know, a lot of the times I go out at night, you know, the clear pictures I've got footprints that are clear pictures, you know, but
I have a newish iPhone. I have like the iPhone 11.
okay.
I don't know, whatever this thing is. It takes fabulous pictures during the day. Like I have like $1,000 camera that I use for my photography, and sometimes my phone takes better pictures than my actual photography camera does. But if I take my phone out at night, my phone forgets how to life, and it's like every single picture I take, regardless of what setting I have it on, it says no. But my camera, the expensive one, is the exact same way. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the bad lighting. But every picture I take looks like like nothing stood still at all while I was trying to take that picture. And I would just be still taking the photo. So maybe it's just lighting issues, because a lot of the photos that I see going around are mostly taken at night. And I think that might also be a big issue. Do we know if it's more of a nighttime creature or daytime creature, or a little?
For the most part, I think they're nocturnal.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier to hide in the night, I guess. But most of the things I've heard and saw have been at night or early in the morning. So,
yeah.
I do believe they're nocturnal.
That would explain all the fuzzy pictures, because I can see that happening.
Yeah, not only that, a lot of the videos you see is somebody that's, you know, 500 feet, 500 yards away, and then they chop the video
Yeah.
to make it
And
look
zoom
closer.
and all that stuff.
And you lose a lot of the pixelation, I guess, or I don't know what you call it, pixelation on a video, but you lose a lot of the quality on the image.
Well, and there's like some of those pictures that I have seen, it's of Bigfoot walking. Do you believe he actually is walks on 2 feet, or is that just something that he does for hunting flies?
I think they're definitely bipedal. You know, they definitely walk on 2 feet.
Okay. Because that's one thing that I was wondering about, whether or not
if they walk like monkeys or if they walk like humans. Like, it'd be a little bit of both, honestly. But I would honestly love to see a handprint. Do you know if they have a bunch of handprints or no?
They do.
Because they have a bunch of feet prints, but I want to measure how big that hand is, because I just imagine a huge handprint.
Yeah, they're
just going off the feet print.
There are several museums dedicated to Bigfoot now, you know, and they do have cast of the hand, even a butt print. But there's a museum I actually go to quite often in North Georgia. It's called Expedition Bigfoot, but it's a big museum, and they have some amazing cast, you know, throughout the years. But they have handprints, feet print, a little bit of everything. But they are out there.
I gotta go check that out then. Johnny's gonna pay for us to go, right?
I know Johnny has a brother who's a Navy SEAL. The U.S. military believes, according to him, but why hide it? I honestly, that didn't like. I don't know. The U.S. military has a tendency to hide a lot of stuff. Even the U.S. government will hide a bunch of stuff. But didn't they like release a bunch of information about aliens, and everybody's just like completely went oblivious to it?
Okay, guys, we were going through so much at the time. Like, they were like, yeah, aliens are real, and we were like, cool, but what else? Because like everything else is going on right now in the world. Like
what? We lost. Yeah,
you can't throw more at us, because we're just gonna be like, okay, cool, what next?
That's true. But yeah, Johnny says one museum has a hand.
Sweet. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, the Yeti, they actually have a hand at some of the monk monasteries in where is that at?
Tibet?
No, Nepal.
Oh, Nepal. Yeah.
I feel like there's some chunky fingers, like
the monkey paw.
I don't know. Like, I just imagine these massive hands. I don't know why
these
I'm obsessed
creatures
with
better
hands,
hold
okay?
some really superpowers, because you know, to keep out of the public eye this long.
Oh yeah, Johnny posted in the comments. They released the UFO info at the height of COVID.
Yeah.
So we were all like, okay, cool. Like, we got so much other stuff going on right now that that's just another thing. Let's just add that to the pile of crazy we're going through right now.
We'll sift through that at another time when we have time to do so.
Yes.
Yeah, they are actually supposed to release more information. The government, I forget the date, but they are actually supposed to release. It's like 30-something hours of video footage that the government's supposed to release.
So, Willow, you know what we should do our next cryptid on?
Aliens?
Yes! I love aliens.
There are stories of alien crashing in Thunder Bay, so
I am, Ryan actually posted it in the comments earlier. I am going on a Smallville binge. So we have a fundraiser. Do you have the promo video promo for it? Okay.
So I'll play the video and then we'll talk about it in a moment.
Okay.
Join us online for our second annual Multiverse Fundraiser on January 21st to 23rd. Hosted by Back of the Cereal Box Network, our free virtual jamboree is the place to meet fascinating celebrities, talk to all kinds of creative people, and perhaps even learn a new skill or two. We are raising money for Oscar-nominated actress Valerie Perrine, known for her roles in Superman and Slaughterhouse-5. The proceeds of the fundraiser will go towards helping Miss Perrine fight Parkinson's disease. Like us at the Multiverse Fundraiser on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. At the Multiverse Fundraiser, we're not just raising money for a good cause, we're raising fun. Yes, so you guys are doing a Smallville conversation.
Yes. So like it's kind of, you know, technically alien-y. So spacecrafts crashing down to Earth and stuff. So I have not fully watched Smallville since it came out in the early 2000s. Was it the late 90s, early 2000s? It was the early 2000s, I think.
Early 2000s.
And so I have not watched it since then, and I am going to be on with Ryan talking about Smallville. So I was like, I need to catch up with all of my Smallville. So I am currently binge watching all of it. So I started it today and I was like, okay. We were going to drop my son off and stuff like that, and we were just in the car after getting groceries and all this other stuff, and I'm just sitting there on my phone just binge watching. It's beautiful. I missed watching it, but now that I'm watching it, all those feelings are coming back, and I'm like, I kind of know what's happening now, but I also want to brush up on everything so that I'm not misinformed, because Ryan is one of those beautiful human beings that can literally remember everything from every episode, and I don't know how he does it, because I forget things 2 seconds after I say them myself. So I'm like trying to get up on his level. I will never be there, Ryan. I know you have high hopes for me, but we'll see. We'll get there.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to next weekend as well. I'm going to be helping out with some of the panels, and I'm going to be monitoring, producing. I'm just going to be pressing the button. So
you are a great button presser, so I'm cool with that.
I will do my best to keep the conversations going, but I have a feeling a lot of it is going to be me going like this, watching everybody talk.
Okay. So I'm going to be one of the people you're going to be watching talk, and I'm probably going to watch you talk. So I know we are. You're on quite a few different panels, correct?
Yes.
So am I.
Mostly Saturday and Sunday. Friday is all Kelly.
Yeah. I'm Saturday, Sunday. I got 2 shows on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. For those of you that are interested, the Smallville one is on Sunday.
All right. So
at 3 p.m.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's the Multiverse Fundraiser happening next weekend. So please join us. We are hosting, the Back of the Cereal Box is hosting it all weekend. We got lots of celebrities joining us. We got lots of panels. We have a painting panel happening, and it's going to be just fun.
We have 3 days of awesome stuff going on.
So make sure that you guys tune into that. Thank you very much, Michael. Sorry for boring you there for a few moments, but
it was great.
Okay, before we go, can we bring up this last comment? Because I think it kind of needs to be seen.
Speaking of aliens, some people believe that Bigfoot is a pet or a guard dog for aliens. Anyone know where that? I am going to have to look that up.
Yeah, I've seen that theory myself, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm going to look at
that. Is a very interesting conspiracy.
First of all, that would be awesome, because having Bigfoot and aliens like coexist just in my brain kind of breaks it. But I like it at the same time.
See, okay, so in my part of town, we have the rail yard and the and the transit station all in one little chunk of real estate, and for some reason there's this weird noise that comes off either one of those two buildings, and it sounds like an ancient didgeridoo going off, and I heard it the other day, and honestly, I swear to God, if I follow that noise, I feel like I'm gonna find some ancient statue, golden statue.
Just do it. Just gotta go check it out.
So, Michael, before we leave for the night, is there anything you kind of want to put out there into the universe?
I'm new at this, so I really have no idea what to put out there.
Well, you are on Instagram, you're on TikTok,
Facebook.
Whiskey with Cryptids, that is your show?
That is just the name I go by,
okay.
But a lot of people just like a nickname, call me Whiskey. So
okay.
So I'm out there. It's not really a show. I would like to do more of this. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done
we would love to have you back eventually.
Absolutely. If you want to tell us more stories or let us know if you find anything, please keep us. I'll add you on social media and you can tell me all your stuff.
Because normally we have. Okay, I'm going to say this, but I'm laughing in the inside. We have a semi-structured show. So generally we pick like a certain topic we're going to talk about at one certain show and stuff like that. So if there is any of your favorites, like I know you said you have a couple favorites, that when we do those, we'll be like, hey, I know somebody to talk to about that. So we'll probably end up reaching out to you.
Yeah, just about any cryptid I'm interested in. Chupacabra and Bigfoot are probably the most known that
we'll definitely have to revisit those.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. You guys have I thank you for joining us, everybody. It's been a fun show. Apparently that pet theory was on TV on the $6 Million Man. I think some folks mistook that. That is it. Well, I'm definitely gonna look into that alien conspiracy anyway. But tune in for the next Cryptid Crunch in a couple of weeks. So
before we head out, Willow, where can we find you?
Sorry, yes, you can find me all over social media except TikTok.
You got to get on TikTok.
I will eventually once I can figure out if I can post to TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook all at once, so that I'm not like skipping over a bunch. So yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. But yeah, I'm all over. I'm somewhat all over social media. Keisha, where can we find you? Oh, and you have a book coming out.
I actually have a book out. So I'll grab my book real quick. Let me see. Nope, you get an ARC copy. So this is the ARC copy. So it's not as pretty as just the regular copy. But I did just come out with a book. If you guys like cults, vampires, creepy stuff, I did a thing where I wrote some words on pages. So go check that out. It is available on Amazon as a Kindle, as well as for obviously paperback. So it's Him by Keisha Acuff. And thank you to everybody in the comments that already bought it, because I love you guys. You guys are amazing. But thank you, Donna. Donna said it's a good read. So you can find me anywhere else pretty much. If you look up Keisha Acuff or Acuff Creations, you will most likely see my face and the weird ramblings that come along with my face. So I do have YouTube, I have Facebook, I have Twitter, I have a podcast that I do on Anchor. So yeah, I'm pretty much anywhere. And Michael, I know we had already discussed a little bit of where we can find you. Can you tell us the main things that we can find you at?
I'm probably most active on Instagram and TikTok, but I also have Twitter and Facebook. Just Whiskey with Cryptids. You'll
I
find
know.
me.
I noticed. I was kind of jealous of your Instagram following because you got almost 1,000 people, and I'm like at 250, and I was like, but you do post some pretty awesome content on there. I was stalking you just a little. So, but yeah, for anybody that is into cryptids, definitely go follow Michael on Whiskey with Cryptids because I enjoyed scrolling through it, and if I enjoyed it, you guys have to enjoy it because that's just how the world works.
And don't be afraid to post more videos on your YouTube because, you know, dude, that your unboxing videos are amazing.
Well, you guys are helping me get over my fear of the camera. So.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to go over to the YouTubes because I looked on Instagram and stuff and Facebook, but I did not get to the U-tabs yet. But I will hop over there and look at the unboxing videos because, like I said, I love watching other people unbox things because I don't know, I'm weird.
We just like and subscribe because I think I've got like 5 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, I have 12. You're close.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so we're good. But yeah, definitely post more because I think that would be fun to watch, especially some of your adventures where you go hiking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd like to get into the stream, live streaming some of the hikes we go on, but it's a matter of getting connection where you're at. So.
Ooh, yeah, completely understandable. So
well, it was an awesome show. Thank you, Michael. Again, come join us anytime if you want to join us on our alien show, by all means, join us. It's usually just me and Keisha. Anyway,
we will be here. Oh my gosh, guys. I really want to dress up like an alien. Okay, we're going to make this happen.
There is a mask back there.
Nope.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure I have green face paint. I'm doing this. If it stains my face, so be it.
All right. You guys all have a fantastic day. We'll see you on January 30th. I think.
Oh,
Bye.
yeah.
Bye.
Right, bye.
Have a good night.